order to tempt you to part with your money before a game is even released, some publishers will offer up pre-order bonuses. These bonus freebies can often be found in the form of digital in-game items exclusive to those who pre-ordered the game. Occasionally, these go on to become paid DLC, but even then, those who pre-ordered didn't have to pay a penny, unlike those who waited. That's basically fine. Unlike the bonuses that later became free DLC for everyone else anyway, rendering them a complete joke as pre-order incentives. Check out these 7 pointless pre-order bonuses that became freebies anyway, and beware spoilers for and rage towards the following games.
Seem to be getting the hang of your new symptoms.
Right? And of course, the only downside being that, nope, can't think of anything. This is pretty freaking awesome.
Infamous Second Son, sequel to Infamous 2, was no stranger to pre-order bonuses, with GameStop in Italy offering pre-orderers some Red Bull and a box of condoms. To prevent the conception of a second son? Is that the link? Fortunately, there was a much more coherent option for US players thinking of buying the game early, and that was the Cole's Legacy DLC. Covering the events between Infamous 2 and the start of Second Son, this DLC also awarded players who finished it Cole's iconic yellow jacket. What's a game protagonist without an iconic jacket? Nothing, is what? This pre-order bonus DLC was also available in other markets, but only as part of more expensive special editions like the Collector's Edition, Special Edition, and the Limited Edition. The Cole's Legacy DLC did become available to everyone as a separate DLC purchase a few months after the game's release, but crucially, players still had to pay for it. So American buyers who pre-ordered got a pretty sweet deal getting that same DLC for free. That is until July 2022, when the Cole's Legacy DLC became completely free for everyone, everywhere, all at once. So 8 years after release, this pre-order bonus that some players had shelled out extra for via expensive editions or DLC purchase became totally free to download on the PlayStation Store, meaning those who pre-ordered the game in 2014 got exactly the same deal as someone who randomly picked up the game the same summer we were all listening to Harry Styles As It Was on repeat. Turns out the DLC was the same as it was for pre-orderers. Free.
In this droid, you will find everything you need to succeed on this journey. Go to the Zephyr homeworld. There, you will find peace in the eye of the storm. Good luck, Jedi. And may the Force be with you.
I guess you were the someone I was supposed to meet.
Respawn's Star Wars Jedi games are about two things: sick lightsaber fights and making Cal Kestis look as swaggy as possible. As part of Cal's customization, you can switch out lightsaber colours and paint jobs for your droid buddy BD-1, who easily qualifies as one of the cutest bots in Star Wars canon. For players who pre-ordered Jedi Fallen Order, there are a handful more customization options to play with. First off, a couple of new hilts for your lightsaber, and the option to turn its blade a nice shade of orange, for when you're feeling a bit evil but not full-on Sith red, you know? There was also a nifty yellow and black skin for BD-1 called BD-1, because he's coloured like a bee! Plus, because sufficient people pre-ordered to make the executives happy, EA also allowed pre-orderers to brighten up their ship with the Gold Squadron Stinger Mantis skin. It wasn't a huge amount of stuff, but a nice little bundle of extras for those Star Wars fans keen enough to pre-order a game in a brand new franchise. A bold display of trust and enthusiasm for a game whose first reviews didn't come out until days after its 11th of November 2019 release. So imagine how rewarded those players felt when everyone else got the same goodies for free just 2 months later in January 2020. LOL. I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if millions of gamers suddenly cried out in annoyance and were not suddenly silenced. Yes, in an update that removed some game-breaking bugs, Respawn also added in the pre-order bonuses for everyone for the low cost of absolutely F all. Therefore, anyone who waited until Christmas to get the game was straight up gifted a paint job that was as cute as can be. Or should I say cute as can be? Because he's a bee!
Give me a game like Cities Skylines and I'll give you a 15-minute city. And by that I mean I'll spend 15 minutes laying down some roads and a fire station before giving up and starting over again with the money cheat on. But for those who wanted to build something more livable, Cities Skylines offered up fun extras to those who were willing to take the gamble on pre-ordering the first game in a brand new city building series. And they were fun extras! These Parks and Plazas add-ons included a carousel, dog park, bouncy castle, basketball court, and even a botanical garden. Perfect for anyone who wanted to touch grass, yet still be on their computer all day. Question, can we combine the dog park and bouncy castle? Because I think the dogs would love that. Something that people loved, on the other hand, was Cities Skylines, because following its March 2015 release, the game sold incredibly well. So well, in fact, that in June 2016, in a dev diary post on Paradox's official forum, they announced that, in celebration of the game's success, all the pre-order bonuses would become free to all players in a patch later that month. This means that, as thanks for being early adopters and helping make the game a success, those who pre-ordered received nothing special or different to anyone else. Unless Paradox answers my emails and decides to give them bouncy castle dog parks. Do you hate Game of the Year awards, Paradox? Honestly.
Make your own choice and embrace what you've become. With Deus Ex Mankind Divided, augment your pre-order.
The augment your pre-order fiasco from Deus Ex Mankind Divided is something that we've covered previously, but if you need the abridged version, Square Enix decided to give players a choice of pre-order bonuses for Mankind Divided. Each choice was locked behind a tier, and each tier was only unlocked once enough people in total had pre-ordered the game.
If pre-order goals are reached, everyone gets to select one reward from each tier.
Sorry, you can't get the bonus mission unless you badger all your mates into buying the game early too. Hey, big Damo, I'm gonna need you to pre-order Deus Ex Mankind Divided on the... No, it's a video game. No, I know you don't play them, I just need you to... Okay, well, I didn't realise it was your birthday. This is gonna take a while. This pre-order system was needlessly complicated and caught so much backlash from players and press that eventually Square gave up on the whole idea and just gave all the bonuses to everyone who pre-ordered. Then, guess what? 4 months later after release, they made all that content free for everyone else as well. These included skins, consumables, and even an entire extra DLC mission. This left plenty of early buyers well and truly peeved, but it was especially annoying for anyone who was made to buy it by their mates. Alright, Big Damo, so it's about a cyborg who... Oh, come on, you know what a cyborg is.
Subtle. I almost didn't hear you coming.
Vulgrim.
The council finally took me seriously. If so, you're surely not empty-handed. For this shall be the briefest of introductions.
The rest of the entries in this list are pre-order bonuses that were eventually being converted into free content for all players on purpose. However, for the apocalypse-themed hack-and-slash Darksiders, this was certainly not the case.
Did you come all this way to waste my time?
At GameStop in the USA and Game in the UK, the pre-order bonus for the first game in this series was a code they could redeem in-game to receive a fancy weapon, the Harvester, aka Death's Scythe. Unlike the regular scythe at your disposal, the Harvester helped your Horseman War collect more souls, the things that act as currency, health, and even fuel for War's Wrath abilities. Nice, that's actually a pretty useful reward for anyone who ordered early. And for anyone who didn't order early but copied the code off their mate. Let me explain. See, when pre-order folks got their code for the Harvester, they discovered something quite silly. The code was exactly the same for everyone. Evidently, because some genius wanted to give the Harvester a cool code for players to type in, every single person received the code the Hollow Lord. And so this pre-order giveaway became a hollow gesture, as all it would take was one person sharing that code for absolutely everyone to get it no matter when they bought the game, which, going by all the forum posts we found, of course they bloody did. Bet whoever came up with that code idea was on the receiving end of plenty more wrath. R.I.P.
Well, it appears the coach has a plan. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Oh, boy.
That's a home run.
If you're in a zombie game set in America, one of the staple weapons you expect to wield is the humble yet sturdy baseball bat. It's as American as apple pie, but better because you can't stove someone's head in with apple pie. So it's pretty wild that there wasn't a baseball bat in Left 4 Dead. Luckily, Valve decided to introduce one for Left 4 Dead 2. Unluckily, it was limited to a pre-order bonus. This was no ordinary baseball bat, however. If one player in a team had this pre-order bonus, not only would a baseball bat spawn in every safe room, but every player could pick it up. This is what we in the baseball business term a home run. This extremely OP pre-order bonus weapon was so coveted by jealous Left 4 Dead fans that it was eventually opened up to players who bought the game's first campaign DLC, The Passing. However, as shown by these annoyed forum posts, a patch released the same day as the DLC unlocked the baseball bat for all players who downloaded that patch. Plus, even more annoyingly for those who pre-ordered, it didn't just unlock the bat for everyone else. It also changed it so that the bat no longer always spawned in save rooms. As such, baseball bats became regular random weapon spawns for every single player, meaning that not only was this bonus weapon no longer a bonus weapon, but it was also no longer guaranteed to show up for those who had pre-ordered. Now they had to scramble around to find one, just like everyone else. It's fine! Take out that rage by hitting a zombie with a baseball bat. If you can manage to find one and get to it before the 3 other players. Nice one, Valve.
Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
As a sufferer of choice paralysis, the worst thing about fighting games is the wide roster of characters you can choose from. Do I choose the half-naked lady, the super intelligent animal, or some dude who is also half-naked? Aside from the actual fighting, a deep roster is a huge selling point for a fighting game, something that fighting game developers know all too well, which is why they often offer bonus characters as pre-order bonuses, which is exactly what happened with Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Possibly the most alliterative title in all video games, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 offered 4 DLC characters to those who pre-ordered the game: Michelle Chang, Angel, Kunimitsu, and Ancient Ogre. However, depending on where you pre-ordered the game from, not all characters were available to all players. In the US, if you pre-ordered from GameStop, you'd get all 4 characters. If you preferred to pre-order from Amazon or Best Buy, however, you'd only get Michelle Chang and Angel. If you lived in the UK, as 69 million people do, there was 0 option to get all 4 characters. Something called Shop2.net got the previous Michelle and Angel, while folks who bought the game at Zavvi got Kunimitsu and Ancient Ogre. So, hope you're cool with choosing which characters to miss out on forever. This is not helping my aforementioned choice paralysis. This splitting up of bonus characters, forcing people to choose where to buy their game, was annoying. And what was even more annoying for anyone that had to choose is that actually, no they didn't, because the DLC was later made available to all players for 0 monies. In November 2012, 2 months after its initial console release, a patch was put out that added 3 additional new characters for free and also allowed everyone to play as all 4 of the pre-order characters. So all that time spent fretting over our choice wasn't necessary in the end. There's probably a lesson in that. Oh yeah, it's stop pre-ordering games.
So those are some exclusive pre-order items that suddenly became very non-exclusive when they gave them out to everyone for free. I mean, what the heck? If I pre-order a game for an exclusive item, I expect that to say exclusive for me and the other pre-orderers. Like, that's just giving it away to everyone. That's false advertising. Anyway, if there are any other examples, let us know in the comments. There's more videos here. If you enjoyed the video, thumbs up, subscribe. We've got a Patreon you can join, the OX Sports Club. In the meantime, I'm just gonna... You okay? No, I'm quite angry.